Hey there, it is the first full week of October, and it is definitely cooling down in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. All the fall colors are gleaming, and it is beautiful outside. I am on realtor.com, and I'm going to be taking a look at listings for property that may be good for off grid homestead living in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So on realtor.com, I usually go ahead and just search Michigan. And from here, I like to use the map view. And as I zoom in, the listings on the left will filter by what is in the box. So I'll go ahead and we'll do the whole UP today, or most of it. And I'm going to filter for a moderate price. They do have drop downs, which you can select as well, starting at 120,000, but you can type in here as well, and I will go ahead and put in 70,000. And property type and rooms are for actual homes. If you're looking for a particular home, I usually just go to more, and I'm going to uncheck pending and contingent so that I don't see things already under contract. And the rest of this is okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in 15 acres or more. I'm looking for 20 acres, but if something comes up as 19, I want to be able to see it. So by picking 15 acres, I will make sure to get those. And I will go ahead and view. There's 75. And I'm noticing here, I don't know if this is populating, you can see they're incorporating some AI into the search where you can search. I might try that later to see if that actually works. So I have 75 listings in the UP for 15 acres or more for 70,000 or less. I will go ahead and filter for newest listings. And as you hover on properties, you'll see the red dot will turn into a white dot. So I don't know if you can see that. So this first one is kind of in the southern area near Iron Mountain. And here is a 40 acre with a cabin. This is, let's see, on the way to Baraga, I think, south of there. It says Covington. 50 acres, 40 acres for 50,000, excuse me. Looks like there's quite a few. If you go over to the west, the east is not quite as prevalent. So if I move this over, you'll see. Let me do to Marquette. And that will cut us down to 34. So this looks like it's up near Lake Superior. Pickford is over on the east side. McMillan is near the Seney Wildlife Area. Some lot breakdowns here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this one up on Lake Superior and see what it says. It was listed yesterday. If you are searching for a true Upper Peninsula getaway, this secluded parcel offers the perfect blend of privacy, wilderness, and adventure. Tucked away northeast of Munising, this landlocked property. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, walk-in access only. However, if it is landlocked, how are you walking in legally? Near pictured rocks, snowmobile trails. Landlocked. I don't even want to look at it. You'd have to negotiate with the neighbors, and I don't know who the neighbors are, but you can't get to it. So that's pretty expensive for land you can't even get to. I'm going to look at this Pickford one, even though it is way east. 45,000 for 40 acres. We drove over on that east side of 75 North last week, and it felt kind of city-ish. I don't know what that means exactly, but I didn't feel like I was out in the middle of nowhere. There was the town that we went to was pretty big. We went to the building center. I think it's D&D Building Center or something. There's a big hardware store over there we went to, and that was pretty nice. It actually may have been in Pickford, now that I think about it. So this is 40 acres adjacent to state land in Pickford. Parcel is located on a quiet, all-season maintained county road. It is also directly on the snowmobile trail. Its close proximity to the farm fields make this a good hunting location. Boat launches on the St. Mary's River are within a 15-minute drive. Okay, so they're saying this is good hunting land because it's near farm fields and it is on an all-season county road. It is also on a snowmobile trail. Okay. It's not sold at all recently. Let me go look at the map. 40 acres. Got a couple squares popping up here when I hover my mouse. If we look at flood, there's flood over there, so that doesn't look too bad. I'll look at some pictures. Dirt road. So that looks pretty good if you're wanting to be on the east side. So this is quite a ways over, and I moved my map and it changed my filter, which can be annoying. 45,000 for 40 acres, that's pretty good. And you're close to Sault Ste. Marie, you're close to St. Agnes, that's a good one. I would look into that one if you're interested in getting something. It looks like it'd be off grid, and then depending, you'd have to walk it and see what's going on. There's another Pickford one. I thought maybe I'd look more west and see what we have. That's south. Covington. I like this area. We were looking at possibly by Bruce's Corner at first. We thought we might like it over there. This was listed yesterday. High and dry, 40-acre parcel, features easy access just a half-mile off of Highway 141 just south of Covington. The property is adjacent to a massive amount of state land to the north and south, proving endless room to roam and capitalize on the numerous outdoor recreational opportunities that the Upper Peninsula has to offer. A small antique log cabin sits on the property, and while it would take some elbow grease to fix it up, it could still provide a great starting point to use while you build your new camp and develop the property. Full 40s are becoming harder and harder to come by, so don't hesitate to reach out for more info today. I think I see a lot of 40s. Maybe this area is hard to find. So 54.9, and this is, we'll look at the map. So here's the main road, 141, which goes up to Covington, and then 28 goes across Sidnaw. I've been this way, Trout Creek, before snowmobiling. They have a lot of the snowmobile trails that are old train tracks over here, if I remember correctly. So this property is on this road, and I'll do a satellite to see. Looks a little wonky, like it's been logged or something. Not sure when the pictures were taken. If we go back to map and we can do layers and just look at flood and see. So there's water in the area, nothing immediately where the pinpointer is anyway. So that looks pretty good. The cabin is cool. Could definitely use that temporarily or fix it up, I'm sure, depending on your needs. Some trails cut in, maybe an outhouse there or something. Oh yeah, you've got state land on both sides, so you could wander. I would note that look at the Michigan commercial forest map because there is state land within Michigan. They open for hunting to the public. So whether these are considered commercial forest or not may or may not affect you if you're in the middle because the public could come over here and hunt. And then you'd really want to make sure that you're marking your boundaries if they're not marked so that you don't have people coming in and shooting or hunting on your land. So just be aware of that. It's called commercial forest and that's open to the public. And if you go to Michigan's website, they do have maps to show you where that is, and people can use that um, as they like. And I believe even people would go and like in the spring and get mushrooms, and they're not allowed ORVs or four-wheelers or anything in there. They have to walk in and walk out. But there could be people there at any time throughout the year, so you just want to watch your borders if that is the case with that land. Shingleton, that's the one up north with no easement. On away. Look at this one. 44.9 for 20 acres. 2 days. This one's pretty new. It doesn't say a lot on a maintained road. That's good. It's not sold recently. Okay. It's another potential. A little smaller. Not sure. I see lines. Maybe they, I don't know what that is. Fence line maybe. Not a lot there. You definitely want to get out and look at that one if you're interested. Looks like there are some houses on the same street, which is nice. So I wonder what this is all about. Pond. So are they selling, maybe these people own this and they're selling off this little bit like behind them or something. That would be something to definitely look into. It doesn't say. Yeah, I would probably want to find out more about that since it shows right up next to a house. Not everybody wants neighbors. Crystal Falls, 40 acres for $49.9. This has, let's see, Michigan's UP has 15 counties, and while all of them have many features, Iron County is one of the best for outdoor recreation. 40-acre is good for hunting, fishing, hiking, off-road vehicle opportunities, and best of all, has year-round access with electric roadside. Located between Crystal Falls and Sagola, this land is in a perfect location for outdoor recreation. It's mostly regenerated aspen, a farm field of at least 5 acres, and enough lowland to keep the critters nearby. Deer, turkey, grouse have been seen. There is a driveway that could be improved to drive a vehicle onto from the road. Famous Michigami Reservoir is less than 2 miles away. Price to sell immediately, so make plans to view it soon. That sounds good. Electric at the road. You have to make improvements to be able to drive in. Okay. Be kind of nice to have a field you could do something with, or if you wanted to build, you could do that. So there's the reservoir they were talking about. Train tracks, power. So yeah, you'd want to definitely get an understanding of where the boundaries are and where there's some water. You can see the water. Lowlands aren't not necessarily bad, but if you want to build, you need to be careful to make sure you have enough area to build on and that it's not protected wetland or something. So let me look at this map and do flood. That looks pretty good. Satellite. There's a lot of water nearby. Said something about a reservoir. Wade Dam. Oh, it's a resort or something. Okay. Not super familiar with the area, but boy, that just got weird. I don't even know where I'm at. Okay, I see. Oh, it's huge. Huge. Okay. Hmm. It's so funny how they show this as like nothing, and it's actually a big water. So, okay. I don't know if you want to be that close to a dam or not, but maybe. Maybe it would not bother. Crystal Falls, a little south. Lance, I was looking at something in Lance at one point. There was a house that was way off the road that looked pretty good. This is a wooded property, 20 acres in size, surveyed parcel, has a lot to offer, year-round blacktop road with power, phone, and fiber internet. Right up my alley. 2 different gravel driveways. Owner financing available with 15% down, 8.99% interest, and no credit check. There you go. There's some creative financing you can do here. So this one was listed September 23rd. It's been listed for 16 days. Owner financing. You don't see those too much. And this is over by Lance on the western side. Looks like they were gonna build and now they're not. Maybe deer track. I would be careful with this. Make sure what the zoning is. My first impression is they were gonna build, but for some reason now they're not. So why? Did they want to build something that the zoning did not allow them to build, or is something else going on? Maybe they couldn't get a septic, or I have no idea. I'm just making some guesses, but it sure looks like they were going to build, and now why aren't they? Why are they selling it? Even like looking at, like, it wasn't bought recently. Maybe they thought that putting those improvements in would help sell it. But why would you put that money into clearing and doing a driveway if you're not going to follow through with it? So that's a good one. And then the fact that they're financing it also is like a red flag. It's like it's good, but there's like red flags all over the place on that one. So definitely do some diligence work on and finding out what's going on with it. And I think that is kind of all. These ones have been listed for a long time. I've seen these ones for a while. So that is what I had today. Looking a little further west to see what's going on. It's been pretty quiet with properties. Everybody is busy looking around at the leaves, I think, right now. It's beautiful. It's been partly sunny but cold. It was 25 degrees this morning, which is very cold for the early October days. So, and being that it was 80 degrees last week, it was pretty shocking to see that. So, that is all I had today. So, I hope you get out there and find your forest. Thanks.